Disclaimer, if you're sensitive to recent events, do not watch this video.
I'm Calvin.
And I'm Gavin.
And this is where we talk all things IKEA. And cameras are rolling. I'd like to thank you all for joining. Sorry for breaking the fourth wall here. This is the monthly IKEA cast. We do new things every month. Today we have video. I'm your host, Calvin. You can call me Joe if you'd like. And we have our guest today, Albert Hemingway. He is a journalist for Ikea.com. And he's awesome. He's an IKEA legend. He's been there for over 20 years. You guys should check out his journal articles. They're awesome.
Thank you. I just really appreciate you asking me to be on the show. I love talking IKEA, and I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about what you do on a daily basis at Ikea.com.
I'm a journalist for Ikea.com. I look at the news going on in the world of IKEA. I shout out products. I do a lot of things you do here on the IKEA podcast. So I'm really happy to be here because I live and breathe IKEA, and I just would love to talk about it with you.
Awesome. So you mentioned that you actually breathe IKEA. Would you like an IKEA blunt?
I would love it. Thank you.
We do a little smoking here.
Of course, of course.
Okay, let's get into our news segment. So IKEA opens first city centre shopping mall in West London. Awesome. What do you think of this?
As you know, I've covered this story very thoroughly over the past couple of months. They've been working very hard on opening this new location, and I'm just really excited for the people of London to finally get this amazing addition to their city and infrastructure, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes for the future of IKEA as a company as a whole.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the people of London because they're going to love this IKEA. I've been to every IKEA in the US. Obviously, I've been to a ton of foreign ones, and I can't wait to go to this one.
Right, exactly my thoughts. An expansion for IKEA anywhere is an expansion for IKEA everywhere, so I'm just excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Now, obviously, we have to mention about what's been going on with Russia and Ukraine, and we have a perfect article representing it, linking it to IKEA. So, Russian shoppers cram into IKEA for a final bargain as the store suspends operations in the country due to Putin's war in Ukraine. Now, what do you think of this whole situation?
As a global corporation, it is IKEA's responsibility to show the people of the world that they do not tolerate the attacks on innocent countries such as Ukraine by dictators such as Vladimir Putin, and their essentially removal of their brand from the entire country of Russia and the entire country of Belarus is a very good thing because, it shows that we stand with the people of Ukraine. And.
Yeah, I completely agree. And sometimes you just have to feel bad for the Russians because they can't even go to IKEA anymore. They're stuck with what Russian brand furniture they have. They can't even go to IKEA anymore. It's just so sad. And it just shows, this whole situation just shows that sometimes IKEA is the only light in a dark room and the healing hand on an injured wound.
I agree, and I think you brought up an important point of this whole story. The fact that we need to separate the actions of Vladimir Putin from the actions of Russian people as a whole, because they don't have much influence on what Putin decides to do. And the fact that they're getting punished for this is unfortunate, but sometimes corporations have a responsibility to show people and dictators that they, if they take part in actions that are violating the rights and lives of people around the world, then it will have an impact on their economy and their country.
I completely agree. Cut off IKEA, cut off their economy. It's simple. IKEA needs to lead the way and show examples to other corporations and countries in a whole to stand up to Russia, stand up to Putin, and completely honestly just do it. So, obviously we should stop talking about this. Everyone at home is probably crying. And I think we should talk about this news segment. IKEA has come under fire over allegations it's eating up ancient forests in Romania. Did you write this one?
I actually didn't, and you can tell because this article, or the headline at least, has somewhat of a negative slant towards the company of IKEA. And I just want to say, I completely disagree.
I also completely disagree with this article. Whatever, I don't care. IKEA comes first is what I'm saying. I always have said it. I always will say it. forest, schmorest, blah, blah, blah. Ancient, really ancient. You're just going to use all these words to fill up the article. Ikea comes first in a society. And global warming, schmormal warming. Like, seriously, we can just use Ikea air conditioners to cool everything back down if we need to. So, yeah, that's always been my positioning. And, yeah, so now we're going to move on to the featured content of today, which is another awesome piece of furniture today.
Before we move on, I just want to say really quickly that I completely agree with you in what you were saying about global warming. I think it's important to raise the issue that, palm oil companies, for example, are ravaging the forests of the Amazon. And the fact that we're really comparing these two corporations and these two companies in completely different industries doesn't really make any sense. I think IKEA is really doing it at a much lesser level. And I just don't think it's fair to compare. That's just my 2 cents on it. So what is the furniture?
So before we move on, you were talking about palm oil.
Right.
It'd be really cool if IKEA starts branching out and making palm oil.
I think that is a very interesting point because of the fact that IKEA has the unique opportunity as a brand to branch out into many different industries. And I think palm oil, it's a very useful product in many different things. So I think that using that as part of the IKEA brand to expand their empire is really a good idea.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, let's move on to what's that furniture?
Love this part.
Okay, so today's furniture is going to be Uptag Cushion Red.
I like that you chose this one because this is really one that's a classic to me. And I think it's sad because it's going off of the IKEA marketplace. This is the last chance to buy it right now. So I think before we even get into any of this, I just want to say to people listening, if you haven't bought it yet, this is your chance. We're really shouting it out now because we want you to experience IKEA products, and this is a great one.
Awesome. And that's all we have to add about that great product, by the way.
And I just want to point out a couple of reviews that have been left on this product. One by Crystal, left on the 13th of January. 5-star review, says, adorable. This pillow is so cute. It's a decent size, and my son loves it in his playroom. It seems a bit expensive, but was worth it. But shows that, you're getting your money's worth with this product.
Awesome review. Thank you for leaving the 5 stars. Here's another one. Cute pillow. I love all things British, so I had to get this pillow for my home office / scrapbook space, as it goes with an old London canvas I got at IKEA years ago. It is a good sized pillow and washes well. Yes, I recommend this product. 5 flippin' stars.
Thank you, Silver Eyes. I just want to point out these are only a couple of the many reviews on this product, and it's very good, high quality product. Get your money's worth. Good size, very cute. It's very British, so it's a great product.
Okay, so now on to our next section. We're going to be moving on to furniture debate.
It's always a fun one. I'm excited to hear your take. My take's the correct take, but excited to hear yours.
Well, actually, the last guy that said that got fired, so...
Well, I'm just a guest, so I can't be fired. So good luck with that when I win.
Okay, so my product for today is called the Fornuftig. And this actually filters the air in your house. It filters things like formaldehyde, which is disgusting, honestly. Just the fact that IKEA says that it's disgusting, just shows that it is disgusting. And this thing can really clear your house out of all the disgusting stuff. And it's really disgusting, honestly. It's horribly disgusting.
This sounds great. It sounds like a very useful thing to have in your home. It's like, this is an IKEA debate, so everything is going to be great. You're starting from a baseline of good and only going up from there. Would you agree that this is basically, it's all going to be good?
Yeah, it's always going to be.
Anyways, I digress. I know this sounds silly, so bear with me here, but I chose the Lika Baby Gym, which, as you can see, is a gym for babies. It is not going to be something for them to train their upper body strength, but it will be something for them to train their hand-eye coordination with discs, loops, balls, and other sorts of things. It's 5-star rated with 17 reviews, and the price just went down. So, as you can see, it's an even better deal now, and if you have a baby, if you have a child that needs practice with these somewhat difficult things for toddlers, it's a great choice.
Well, can it filter your air is the question.
Well, actually, they're not an air filter by definition, due to the fact that there will be babies using this product, and they breathe in the air and breathe out carbon dioxide. They'll actually be absorbing a lot of these pollutants, such as formaldehyde, and they'll be, just taking it into their system and removing it from the air in the house. So technically, it is an air filter. Can you train your hand-eye coordination by using an air filter?
My babies can breathe in anything they want. They can breathe in the formaldehyde straight from this thing. You don't need a stupid baby thing to do that. The babies are going to be breathing it in at a higher concentration with mine, at a lower concentration for yours, and they're going to be filtering everything. Yours literally just can't do that at all.
That was not my question. I asked if you're able to train your hand-eye coordination with the fortnafatigue. Can you do that?
Admittedly, you can't.
Oh! And thus ends the podcast, the IKEA cast. I will be the host next time because he just forfeited his job, so I guess I'm the new host. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the IKEA cast. We'll see you next time.
Put my camera down!
No.